Good evening. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, your source for superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. This is an evening special daily video forecast discussion for Monday, the 24th of March, 2014. And at 5 o'clock this evening, the sun is getting lower in the horizon here, but we have generally clear skies. It's still a cold day today. Temperatures this evening, late this afternoon, early evening here in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees in northwestern New Jersey, mid to low 30s across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, New York City out towards Long Island. Temperatures also still on the chilly side across the Hudson Valley region into interior Connecticut in the low and mid 30s. And basically in the low to mid 30s, basically just about everywhere else too, all the way down to the northern mid-Atlantic. The temperatures are in the upper 30s into the Delmarva region late this afternoon as well. Skies are generally clear. The winds are all light and decoupling now. And it's going to be a good night with lots of clear skies and radiational cooling. Could be some records here in the region during overnight tonight into tomorrow morning before the clouds really overspread the region. Latest surface analysis from weatheroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows the high pressure ridge now basically exiting off the mid-Atlantic coast and southern mid-Atlantic coast region. Generally dry weather here. We're having an increase of cloud cover to our north and west as the northern disturbance moves through, and with a cloud increase and a west to southwest flow building in across the Ohio River Valley area up towards the Great Lakes, but generally clear skies across our forecast zone all the way down through the Carolinas this evening. We have our storm system forming down in the Gulf this evening, and we also have our shortwave, which is diving now south through the southern and central plains. These two will become the proponent that will develop our coastal storm, our strong nor'easter offshore the mid-Atlantic coast states during tomorrow morning through Wednesday morning and really bomb out south and east of Nantucket and Rhode Island and into southeastern New England's coastal waters into Atlantic Canada during the day on Wednesday afternoon, and Wednesday night. Latest visible satellite late this afternoon at about 4:45 this evening shows a stream of mid and upper level clouds and some cirrus clouds at 20 to 25,000 feet entering into eastern Pennsylvania and parts of northern New Jersey, but most of the sky conditions are generally clear outside of these clouds here. And these puffier clouds here, those are cold air advective cumulus clouds, and those will be dying down as the night proceeds. As we lose the sunshine during the day, these are lower clouds here, and we find our disturbance over the Missouri Valley, and that is going to be building in across the region and spread a swath of these clouds increasing across the region after midnight into early tomorrow morning. On the water vapor, we're generally bone dry. We have a lot more lifting going on. It's gradual lifting here across the Midwest here as our interior system begins to spread its energy towards the Great Lakes region and eventually towards our region too over the next 24 hours. And the radar is pretty dry this evening. Any spokes of these snow showers that are coming in from off the lakes are pretty much dying out in a dry flow. Watches, warnings, and advisories for the area for the New Jersey coastal waters down through the Chesapeake Bay and portions in offshore coastal Delmarva here. We have gale warnings in effect, and they are in effect from midnight Tuesday night to 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Gale warning in effect from midnight Tuesday night through 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Gale watch no longer in effect, and the gale warning is in effect for northwest winds at 20 to 30 knots, gust up to 40 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet on the ocean front, 2 to 4 feet in the lower bays. The timing of the strongest winds will occur as the low pressure system passes by to our east-southeast and continues to rapidly intensify early Wednesday morning. A gale warning means winds of 34 to 47 knots are imminent or occurring. Operating a vessel in gale conditions requires experience and properly equipped vessels. It's highly recommended that mariners without the proper experience seek safe harbor prior to the onset of the gale conditions. Now for the ocean water south of Long Island and the New York Harbor of Long Island Sound and the bays of Long Island, winds north at 20 to 30 knots with gust up to 40 knots. Seas 7 to 10 feet on the ocean waters. Timing, highest winds and seas will be occurring during the day on Wednesday. Gale watch is issued for the risk of gale force winds of 34 to 47 knots. Again, and it's intended to provide additional lead time for mariners who may wish to consider altering their plans. It's going to be busy weather for the airports as well. Out of Newark this evening, we have 36 degrees, dew point, bone dry air, 1 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity, bone dry, 22%, wind northwest 16, gust to 21 miles an hour. That will slowly subside during tonight. Visibility is 10 miles. And there are some broken ceilings at 25,000 feet, scattered at 16,000, a few at 5,500. That makes it basically overcast overhead. Wind chill 26 degrees. We're expecting basically VFR conditions into early tomorrow morning. A few clouds at 5,000, broken at 20,000. And then those clouds begin to lower and thicken very rapidly, broken at 5,000, overcast at 15,000, with a variable wind early tomorrow morning. And then the ceilings really decrease rapidly, overcast at 4,000, precipitation onset starting probably later tomorrow morning, early tomorrow afternoon. There's a chance of some light snow with visibilities lowering in ceilings under 1,000 feet or so, and that would occur during tomorrow afternoon. With the probability being greater from the mid to the later part of the afternoon. Now for Philadelphia, same kind of thing, 36 degrees this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Dew point -1, humidity bone dry, 20%. The wind is west at 13, gust to 24. Again, broken ceilings 2600, that's your cirrus there. Scattered clouds at 1300, a few lower clouds of the cumulus variety at 7000. And the wind chill at 27. We're going to experience the scattered to broken clouds lowering and thickening through the period, generally deteriorating conditions from VFR to IFR conditions with 5 miles or less in light snow breaking out tomorrow afternoon. And the light snow that does break out later tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening is going to lead to IFR conditions. And basically from central and southern New Jersey, the IFR conditions will start out here first. MVFR to VFR will deteriorate during Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and early Wednesday morning across the New Jersey, New York coastal airport facilities, and then eventually up towards Connecticut and Long Island, and also up to interior southern New England during the night on Tuesday into Wednesday morning. And the National Weather Service in Mount Holly has lowered its estimates now from 1 to 2 inches of snow across a large chunk of Sussex County and also into Morris County, Warren County, Skyland region in northeastern Pennsylvania, the Delaware River Valley area, getting in between 2 to 4 inches. Notice the cutoff here in southern Morris County, all of Morris County in the 1 to 2 inch range. Somerset County getting into the 2 to 4 inch range, all the way into Monmouth County, 1 to 2 inches. We could find variable amounts here across the Delaware River region and back into Mercer County, New Jersey, and portions of southern Monmouth, and also into Ocean and Burlington and Mercer County, of generally 2 to 4 inches. Slighter amounts here along the shorelines of southern Ocean, southern Atlantic, and Cape May counties in New Jersey. And we'll find Gloucester, Camden, Salem getting in on some of that 2 to 4 inch snows, and the lesser of the snows here as we get into the northern Delmarva region of Delaware. In and around the Newark area into New York City, JFK, or LaGuardia, no advisories here for any of the snow here, as it's going to be about an inch or less across these regions, maybe 1 to 2 inches as you get to western and central Long Island. Then as you get to the South Shore and east ends of Long Island, 2 to 4 inches of snow, and the snow begins to pile up also as we get towards Rhode Island and Nantucket, and also this is a blizzard watch is now in effect for this region. It's a very localized area. The storm is really going to become compacting. Snow, blowing snow, drifting snow. This is where the highest precipitation in the term of snow and also wind is going to be occurring on the outer banks of southern New England's coastline. Latest 4-kilometer NAMWRF composite reflectivity and cloud forecast from Penn State's EWAL site from the 18Z run this afternoon shows some scattered clouds across the region. We're really going to begin to lower and thicken the clouds up during tomorrow morning. Here's our short wave here entering the Ohio River Valley. Moisture feeding up now from the developing storm off the South Carolina and North Carolina coast. As we go through the day, Temperatures are going to be near or above freezing in the boundary layer, so even if we have a little bit of mixing of light snow or rain, we're feeling that accumulations are really going to be on the light side. Along the south shore and east ends of Long Island by Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning, this is where the western edge of the northbound, the western edge and also the northern edge of the storm system is going to be. And that's where frontogenetic banding or deformation zone snow bands are going to be. And we're just going to have to watch this area very carefully. It'll be from less than nothing interior sections to a whopping in a very small location here across eastern Long Island. Perhaps southern Connecticut into Rhode Island and Massachusetts. There's a blizzard watch in effect for interior southeastern Massachusetts near the Boston and Nantucket area for northwest winds. Once again, the model consensus is from the Canadian Global, the regional model, the NAM model, also the GFS NCEP and the UK Met model indicate basically cyclogenesis and storm remaining offshore, northern branch moving into southern New England as well. If we looked at the 500 millibar vorticity, this is where the strongest occurring in the digging trough will occur and then swing out here into the Carolinas and then off the shore and really begin to pump up an intense storm here by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, in through Thursday as it makes its way into Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada. GFS maps into motion from this morning's run, high pressure in control, moving off the coast. Here's our storm developing off of the South Carolina coast, our upper level disturbance, and another short wave here across the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley tomorrow morning. The two are merging, and there's a little bagginess in the trough here with an inverted trough here. This is where the center of the low pressure is going to be developing or redeveloping across the region. As it gets close to the coast here, snow and ice break out across the region. It's going to be very light across the region during the day on Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. The greatest and moderate heavy snows remain offshore, although clipping southern New England's coastal outer banks here, that's a good bet, as the system really winds up with strong gales and very strong down-sloping northwesterly flow, high pressure building in across the central and southern plains. That will be our story for the day on Wednesday, with strong gusty northwest winds, below seasonal temperatures, moderation in time for the weekend as this disturbance here moves up towards the Great Lakes, drags a cold front through. But look, the southern edge of this is being cut off a little bit. And the cold front comes through, a few rain showers on Friday, then drying, and the GFS continues to show a secondary wave on a frontal boundary here moving through the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley could reintroduce more precipitation across the region during the day on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening through Sunday morning. Most of that would be in the form of rain, and then it would be out of here early on Sunday with rapid clearing once again, and then high pressure building in across the region and modifying conditions once again for early next week, back to near seasonal temperatures in around or other side of 50 degrees. So that's going to do it for this evening. We'll be back bright and early with you again in video form tomorrow morning for Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a pleasant evening for this Monday evening, and we'll be back bright and early with you again tomorrow. Obviously, we have live feeds going on both websites, Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter and Facebook as well. And you can also email us if you have questions. It's GardenStateWeather@gmail.com.